Today is October 21st, 23. Some of the riffraff actually showed up again today. I'm like, when are you gonna stop? It's got stupid. Actually, fucking got stupid. I mean, it's been stupid since the beginning. On Wednesday in Canton, it mentions the guy that said he was from the Gentleman's Club from Florida showed up. They're human traffickers. Mocking me. But turned around and said something stupid. Okay? Alright. They're still here. The human trafficker. That's why all those kids are still disappearing. Alright. Some guy has been part of this, that has an English accent, real heavy one too. Walked by my apartment mocking me. Well, yesterday, I went to leave, and I went down to McDonald's. I said, none of this is funny. We heard all those people yell stuff at her. And this is what's going on. Yeah. It's a domestic terrorist group. Okay. I go and I work up in Hartville, then I go up in Akron. Well, Thursday, some guy was outside in Akron. They came around and told everybody not to say anything. It's just that idiot stealing. When that agent opened the case and stole my money. He embezzled it. Okay. Well, I go up there. I leave a couple of my tapes playing of, different things. Well, I go over after I get off work and I pull an Acme. They're driving around. And I go from the drugs and told to say it to the photoshopping of the shower scene done on purpose, to them laughing at everybody from the fats to everybody else for falling for their stunt. And it was only a stunt, photoshopping and washing and date rape drug confessions and their stalking tapes. And then I play a couple witnesses on my phone. And then the statement of where the money disappeared from the safe to the temps on my life to moving up there and then waking up with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out with in front of people, and then a severe swollen personal infection all summer long, and where they had been drug beaten, raping me, and Dave had hired a sexual predator to stalk me on his own. Some serial rapist was selling me on porn sites, taping me naked. Me and him in bed together, and then me in the shower, and then breaking in and roofing drinks when I'm out of the room, or stabbing me with date rape drugs so I would be sleepwalking and telling me to say stuff, and photoshopping and stalking tapes. He had hired some serial rapist to frame me all summer long, and I keep going to the doctor. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know where all these marks are coming from. Maybe you're becoming anemic. We'll get you some iron pills. My muscles were so sore from being beat, they were giving me muscle relaxers. They also gave me stuff for my headache because my head was pounding from being drugged. They also gave me stuff for nauseousness because when it wears off, you're throwing up real bad. They induced vomiting so bad that my stomach shifted. It literally shifted. It moved from being heaved up so many times. And then a severe swollen personal infection. I had PM pills and creams from being raped. And I had all the signs of being drug beaten, raped, and because they were violating me in my home, they didn't put it together. Okay? Well, I went and I sat in Acme, and I went from the money disappearing to the temps on my life to that happening to me, and then the bad people showing back up in Ravenna from Maslin, then them bragging that had been them trying to kill me, and then to calling the FBI, and then them drugging me out so bad for 3 days I couldn't get up out of bed. And then the third day made myself trying to get enough air in my face to clear my head to call him back, where I left a voicemail. And then that agent showing up at the church. You do realize the Barberton Norton police in uniform witnessed him telling on me. Dave told Danny and talked to him at that church. where I told him on a recorded line someone told on me, called me a liar because it was him. With his own voice and his own mocking, he admits to talking to Strange and Dave. Because when we go up to that church, he's already up there telling on me. And he told him he knew I was being drug beat and raped. And he told people up there that he didn't care because the strangest lie, a 15-year-old lie. It was a medication error made me sick, and it took me 9 months to get well. And Strange made it up. I got well in July, and he made it up in October. Huh? Because Linda was following Tim, his son. That's my sister's married to his son. And he was going out with Katie, and she was following him. And she got caught, and they thought it was me. She came up to me. I was following him again. I got caught. I think they thought it was you. I'm sorry. Be careful, it runs off. I'm like, great. Well, he made up that lie in 2003. It's a 15-year-old lie. It was a documented medication error. But he had to get rid of me real quick, so he told everybody I was faking I was sick and faking I got well. While that family was grieving. It was the stupidest lie on earth. It was a medication error almost killed me. Medical malpractice. And it took me 9 months to get well. Had nothing to do with nothing. And he just lied. He lied on Dave White. He blasphemed God, tried to kill himself. He only switched churches, lied on Ron, lied on Heather. The man is in hell. He lied on everybody. He ruled that church with fear and lies. Okay? Now, he had already told that church he knew I was being drug, beat, and raped. A cop told him he knew I was being drug, beat, and raped. An officer of the law that I was being drug, beat, and raped. He didn't care, and he tried to blame Strange's lie. Of the faking you were saying, and faking out when my family was creeping. It's the stupidest lie on earth. Stupidest lie. And it's a 15-year-old lie. A 15-year-old lie at that time. Okay? That a minister made up, not a doctor. Doctors told the officers that watched me. It's a documented medication error. Almost killed her. Yeah. You want to play? And it's also documented that some other woman was using my insurance for years. I figure it's probably one of Dave's baby mamas or girlfriends. He's committing insurance fraud and identity fraud. So, we're going to put it this way. We're going to put it this way. 100% going to put it this way. Where is it funny that a dirty cop doesn't care that a victim is being drugged, beat, and raped? And with his own confession, I tell him somebody told on me. He called me a liar. It was him. He didn't want to say, well, honey, do they have your house booked? They're threatening your life. They went that far. He already confesses later on. I tell him the guy threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. Calls me a liar. I told him that he tried to kidnap me before. Terry let me tape her with her permission. He already killed my co-worker Lori's family member, and he has that big bounty on his head. Okay? And now he's after me. And I'm describing a killer. And he's calling me a liar. And he's like, you either say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. And he screams at me, I'll arrest you. Fine, whatever. He cackles at me. He let a serial killer go. He obstructed justice, tampered with a witness and evidence on a recorded line. The law for badgering, they have to take your statement if they believe you or not and follow through. Like the Canton PD, they keep confessing to stuff. And they do it in stores. Keep turning it in. We'll get them. Because people have tape and audio, and they'll eventually say it where we can catch them. And they have over the years. Okay? It's not that big a deal pulling cameras. No, it's not. Okay? Now you say you were faking, you were sick before. It's stupid. I got scars everywhere. MRI reports, blood work. Diagnosis, false diagnoses where the medical malpractice put me on fentanyl to get me out of enough pain so I could get out and move. Don't get fentanyl to fakers. I really was sick before. He's like, you either said I want to be fine, whatever. You know, lowering yourself down to religious heresy and repeating a 15-year-old lie. How disgusting that dirty officer is. And then cackle at me. And it's a documented medication error. A minister made up a lie to cover up his son's adultery. Now, tell me why the FBI help a person like you. Well, they're going to try to kill me. So, it's a sworn duty. Can't let people kill people. That's nuts. He's like, give me a real reason why the FBI. Well, they've tried to kill me. So, they're breaking in the mall. They're in them trying to kill me. Dear God. And I got attempts. They should have been arrested the first day. Give me a real reason. The guy yells out, well, we could use peace tape, but weird with yourself. It's a washing scene done on purpose, May 26, 22, to make you look weird. The sexual predator, because 4 attempts on my life didn't work. The ass I was married to hired a serial rapist, a sexual predator. Now think about this. What would you be laughing at? Of the husband's tried to kill his wife 4 times. He hires a sexual predator to stalk her in her home, to tape her naked in the shower, in bed with him, sell her on porn sites. Huh? And he didn't arrest him. That sexual predator, serial rapist, is breaking in, roofing drinks out when she's out of the room, or stabbing her with a date rape drug, telling her to say something stupid. And the poor thing's only waking up with a migraine headache, throwing up, heart racing, giant bruises all over, and a severe swollen personal infection. Been going to the doctor all summer long. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't even know where these marks are coming from. Maybe you're coming anemic. Give me iron pills, muscle relaxers, because my muscles hurt so bad from being beat. My stuff for migraine headaches, throwing up, and a severe swollen personal infection that I couldn't hardly pee. Now, and him drugging me up and telling me to say stuff, and then moving a washing scene and a big sextortion scheme, thinking he could pull a fast one. My friend from the prosecutor's office, it's a fraud scheme. The shower scene where they admit to moving it in the other room, and where they've date raped, drugged you up, and told you to say something, that's a fraud scheme, Karen. And that agent didn't know it? That it's a sextortion scam against a victim? That they're scamming? And he's like, we could use peach tape, but weird, it's washing in the other room. I'm like, what is he talking about? I didn't even know who was harming me. I was just waking up like that. Or I go out and work in the back area, work out in the yard, come in, wash my hands, make something, eat to drink, go in, use the bathroom, wash my hands better. Sit down, take a drink, and I get dizzy for a second, and hours would pass. And it's like, oh, did I work too hard? No, I've been roofied. Do you understand? They're sleepwalking. Oh, the sheriffs know about roofies. It's not even funny. And if they control you for 4 to 6 hours, you do and say what you're told. I've told you about Dar and Mike, how Dar was taken from a bar and didn't know she left with him. Got raped and is raising somebody's kid she never met. And they said she willingly left with them, talking fine. And then Mike, confused, I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I got money in my pocket. And then have him check his bank. And then how did I change my shoes and what was in the box with mustard? What do you remember the second beer? They had roofied him, and he drove around high all night. And then tried to tell, he's talking fine to me, and then all of a sudden tries to tell me he's a New York cop and he thinks I'm pretty. I'm like, you really need to sleep it off. See what I mean? I could have told him to say anything in the world, and he would have done it. That's where they're 4 to 6 hours, you're under somebody else's control at least. You're sleepwalking chemically. They knew of LSD and acid in the 60s. Hippies used to take it, walk around hallucinating with no memory. They have roofies now. They wipe out your memory. And they know that. I've talked to sheriffs. Those are so bad they could have drugged up the people and told them to take down the towers and killed all those people and didn't know they did it. They're that bad. So you're going to say a federal Police officer didn't know that. Yeah, he did. The fake sodium pentothal reports. He knew they were reviewing me. I'm like, what is he talking about? I've never even met this Pete. I still haven't talked to him. I don't even know who Pete is. The only Pete I know is my brother in Medina. I have never even met him yet. I only know who he is because his picture was hanging on a wall a year later. Get it? I didn't even know who they were talking about. Stop, you don't know, huh? Laughing at me that I didn't know that some guy named Pete was framing me. Dave told Danny he hired Pete on his own. Illegal monitoring is 7 years. Drugging somebody's 20, rapes 20. So what were those dirty cops laughing at a rape victim that they're pulling a big scam on? Photoshopping a washing scene and Ruffy confessions and rapist tapes. What were they laughing at a rape victim? They sold the log, and including the tape of them, those agents mocking me for being a rape victim. People have walked around me. The FBI made fun of her for being human trafficked. The FBI made fun of her for being drug beat and raped. And she didn't understand what was happening to her because they were amnesia drugging her. The FBI made fun of her for being a rape victim. Yes, they did. And how the rapist was scamming me on a recorded line. Give me a real reason. I told him about my brother-in-law, Craig. He offers to take me somewhere and just leave me with no money. I don't have money to start. And then he offers to open an informant program with money and immunity even when you tell. And then threatened me if I told. He flip-flopped. It was him at that church. He confessed he talked to Dave. Dave told Danny he hired Pete on his own stalker. And then that agent embezzled my money. The Lighthouse Tabernacle made fun of FBI agent John for falling for the stunner tapes before. Oh, come on now, that FBI agent fell for the stunner tapes before. You're kidding, and it was only a stunt. FBI agent John fell for the stunner tapes before. Ha 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 ha. June 7th, 23. Walmart 62 by the front bathrooms, 10:11 in the morning. They sold videos of them mocking the feds. And then Eric making fun of everybody November 18th, 22, that everything was him and not me and done for a stunt for people to turn on me and they fell for it. They have confessed they've drugged me and told me to say it to more intent. They photoshopped a washing scene on purpose to make me look weird. May 26, 22. They found that. Last week they found the tape of them also admitting that retired Judge Pete ordered everything to be drug photoshopped and made up on me. That was March or April of 22. My client in Navarre, her neighbor, they told her. The police have already recorded them, admitting they drugged me and told me to say stuff. They admitted to framing me, and they admitted to photoshopping everything. And then them laughing at everybody for falling for it. That agent stole my money. He opened my case with statements and led me to the human traffickers to abuse. And on legal surveillance from the police, starting September 27th, 18, carrying around the house, started September 27th, 18. It's a house of horror. And other police departments out of this area used it. Got 800 bad guys. They got a fentanyl king from Texas, where the king from Texas has his men here watching her. The king left us here. We work for the king from Texas. Who's the king from Texas? A drug dealer. He's a fentanyl king. He's Iraqi. They got him. Most people get accommodations. He brought all the drug traders and human traffickers here to attack Ohio. They hired him. And it was a nationwide human trafficking scam run off an open FBI case. And the informant fed to him. Okay? I'm going to upload this.